Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with Forged Irish Stout and Empire Fight Stall. Frank Smith, there's a shadow on your face. I'm going to pull this back a little bit. It's actually coming from the camera itself. I don't know why. Probably because of the big spotlight shining down on you. How are you, sir?
I'm good, mate. I always knew I'd be up on a stage with a spotlight in my face, Parsons, at the theatre, but didn't think it would be with you, got to be honest.
Who did you think it would be with?
Thought I'd be in a play or something. Yeah, it was always an aspiration of mine.
Genuinely?
No. But it sounds
I
good.
can never tell. You speak so brilliantly sarcastically, and then I never know.
Sarcastic.
But like, you are quite brilliant at the sarcasm.
Yeah, I mean, it's something I've mastered over the years. I've worked hard to become an expert of it, and I feel like I'm finally there and mastered the sarcasm, level 100.
Even that was like level 100 sarcasm. How's things, my friend?
It's good, mate. I'm good. Great weighing, great back and forth between a few of the fights. Looking forward to tomorrow night. Another great night of boxing. We had a great night of boxing in LA last weekend, great night this weekend. We go to Belfast, San Francisco, we go to Arizona after that, and then we're in Saudi. So it's an exciting period, lots to look forward to, and a great way to end the year.
Out of curiosity, obviously we saw the sad scenes that unfolded last night. Is there any chance of the event not going ahead Saturday?
Look, we're obviously in constant communication with the government, the police, force locally, and then, look, the safety is paramount for us, the safety of the event and the spectators at the event. So we'll continue to monitor the situation, work with the government, work with the police over the next 24 hours. But I'm very confident as things stand. We've got a stringent plan already in place for this event, as we do for all of our events, and we have to adapt as things go on. So, like I say, we'll continue to watch closely and work with all the relevant parties to ensure a safe event. But for us, the focus is delivering a huge night for Irish sport, and tomorrow night is a huge night for Irish sport, and great to be back here.
It's headlined by Chantelle, Cameron-Taylor2, the rematch. They've just weighed in. Quite a long stare down between the two of them. Respect as always in the build-up, as you always see with Katie and Chantelle. Out of curiosity, if Katie loses here, we know she's still undisputed at 135, but she's maybe on the decline. She's older now. She's been in some wars. Where does she go if she loses?
I don't think there's any looking past Saturday night. Fully focused on Saturday night's fight. There's been no discussions about what's next for either, really, because it's a massive fight. Saturday's a massive fight, and we're all focused on that. In terms of Katie's career, look, she will decide, win, lose, draw, what she wants to do. Like you say, she's still undisputed at 135. There's still big fights out there to be made. There's still fights that people are interested in. But like I say, for both Katie and Chantelle, there's no looking past Saturday night.
Simon Jordan did a piece with Derek Chisora and said that Usyk played possum to get the Anthony Joshua fight in that fight with Derek Chisora. What are your thoughts on those comments?
No, not really. I don't think. I think high-level boxing, heavyweight boxing especially, you can't really play too many games in heavyweight boxing. I've said it on many occasions recently, not every night you have your best night. And also Derek boxed really well. Derek did really well that night in that fight. But not every night you're going to have your best performance. And that's just the reality of high-level sport, be it boxing or anything else.
Conor Benn is calling out Boots. Is that realistic? We know you're still trying to work hard to make the Chris Eubank Jr. fight.
Yeah, look, our focus is obviously the Chris Eubank Jr. fight. That's the biggest fight out there. It's the fight for all parties, everyone involved, that makes the most sense. But Conor will fight anyone, and Boots is definitely an option there. He's obviously a free agent, and it's a massive fight. And like I say, Conor will go in there with anyone. So let's see how the next few days go. We're coming to a pressure point of that Eubank-Benn fight. We've done a lot of talking about it, but with it being Jan 27th or Feb 3rd, got to move very quickly, and there's not many days left. So that's the focus, obviously, but then we have to look at other fights beyond that.
Do you believe we see that fight announced next week?
I hope so. I've done so much talking about it. I'm sort of tired of talking about it. But worked very hard trying to make it happen. I'm confident it will happen. I'm confident sense will prevail and everyone will be happy. And I feel we'll get there. Lots of discussions over the last 24, 48 hours, as per the last 6-7 weeks. And yeah, I'm hopeful we'll get there.
Well, Zoko, with a failed drugs test in his fight with Conor Benn, we believe that this was not one of your extra implemented tests, but one of the routine sort of state ones done by the Florida Commission. He has received a ban. I understand yourself and Matchroom are reaching out to find the full details of the situation, but quite surprised to see you couldn't write it, really.
No, look, we're waiting for further details, obviously, from the Florida Commission. They're dealing with it, and we have to let the due process that they put in place take place. I think a lot of people talk about, it's not it's not good for the sport, positive test, but at the same time, the additional testing, the measures that are being put in place, if it's making the sport safer, are beneficial for the sport. So, there's two ways to look at it, but we're all committed to a safer sport and, ensuring measures are in place to make the sport safe. Never good to see, but, it's on one end, the something the Commission now need to work through, and, as soon as we have more details, I'm sure they'll release details and we'll be able to talk about it in further detail.
Any more update on the broadcasting situation for December 23rd?
Discussions ongoing. I think hopefully some news soon, but lots of discussions ongoing with various parties at the minute. Let's see.
What sort of has to go on? We know AJ's got a lifetime deal with Matchroom, and with that there is a contract with DAZN. We saw that was a big thing in signing when they thought the broadcaster was going to go to Sky and go to DAZN. What sort of discussions are going on? Are you able to disclose?
No, look, it's not a discussion that we're having. It's a discussion that the broadcaster is having in DAZN, directly. They've been going back and forth. Obviously, that they had a relationship with the Fury and Ngannou fight. DAZN took that fight globally outside of, I think, UK and US. That's a discussion they're having directly and back and forth. Hopefully some news soon. Look, it's a month away. It's not far away, so things need to be announced soon.
Barry McGuigan has come out and said Anthony Joshua versus Otto Wallin is a pointless waste of time. What do you make of those comments?
No, I don't really agree. I think the problem is people look at Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder up on that stage together and want to see that fight, obviously.
Not going to make that in 6 weeks though, right?
No, I think it's in truth it's very unlikely. But I think the Otto Wallin fight's a great fight. I think we saw what Otto Wallin brought when he fought Tyson Fury, he's going to be a test for Anthony Joshua. It's not a walk in the park. I think, like I say, it's the comparison to the potential Deontay Wilder fight. But, I'm sure the big fights will happen in 2024.
I know that previously you've spoke about some of the most frustrating and boring conversations you've ever had are with the groundsmen at football clubs, because you're talking about grass and stuff like that. Well, I'm sure that's something that's going to be relevant again. Nottingham Forest, we know that was in Leigh Wood's contract if he got through that Warrington fight. I interviewed both Eddie and Josh together on Wednesday after the Crumlin boxing gym visit. Seems like that is sort of the plan to go ahead with that. Where are you guys at with sort of conversations with the club?
Yeah, we're speaking to Nottingham Forest. We all want to make it happen. It's just about making it happen amongst a schedule of, a tight schedule. They got Take That performing there, I believe. One of the weekends is the Champions League final, which obviously doesn't really work for broadcast. And then they relay the pitch. So we're working on literally a 7-day window amongst other builds and stuff they've got going on in the stadium. So we're working very hard. The club are working hard to try and make it happen and hoping for some news soon.
Pro Box TV say that Canelo is negotiating with Munguia. Bit sort of interesting because we're expecting to see an announcement for John Ryder and Munguia. And also, what do you think about the whole Benavidez-Canelo situation? Why are we not seeing that fight?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about either of those discussions, to be honest. I'm not sure. We've obviously been in extensive discussions with Golden Boy about the Munguia fight for John Ryder. I spoke to Golden Boy a couple of days ago. That's the plan, and that's what we're working towards. When it comes to Canelo, people say he's swerving fights. I mean, he's taken every possible fight. Look at his resume. Look at we don't promote Canelo Alvarez, but you can't say a bad word about who he's fought and who he's picked to fight over the years. He's been in there with everyone and will continue to do so. So he's done amazing things for the sport and will continue to do amazing things for the sport.
A couple of comments from John Fury have come out regarding Tyson Fury. The style I'm seeing of Tyson is no good. The style Tyson has right now, he wouldn't have beaten Klitschko with that. Alexander Usyk is a tricky man. You have to be on your best to beat him. The style he's got now won't do the trick. For my money, his last 3 fights, I've seen a bit of a decline. Not decline in ability, but a decline in strength, power, physical condition. You have to address it. He didn't look himself out in Saudi. He just didn't look right. What do you make of those comments?
Who said that? John Fury.
John Fury.
Interesting to hear him say it. I mean, I don't. He's Tyson's biggest number one fan, isn't he? Obviously, and rightly so. He's his dad. But yeah, interesting. I don't read too much into it. Lots of talking in boxing, and it'll be interesting. I'm just looking forward to that Usyk fight. It's a great fight for the undisputed. It's a fight people have waited for a long time, and then AJ can go and fight the winner.
And then just on the schedule, 2024, we're waiting some announcements now. This is just what I'm hearing through a grapevine. Is that the right saying? Hearing through a grapevine?
Through a grapevine.
What is it?
Through the grapevine.
Oh, well, I don't know. It could just be singular.
Yeah, singular grape. Yeah, I mean,
I don't really get it though. What is the meaning behind the saying? Like, what's a grapevine in the first place?
a grapevine.
Why would you hear things through grapevines?
I've never tried to listen to anything through a
I
grapevine.
mean, it's a very weird saying.
It's really taken a turn. This is. Anyway, let's get on to what you're hearing through a grapevine.
I don't know what I was hearing through a grapevine now. That's really thrown me off. Ah, yes, 2024 schedule plans. Vegas, I believe, will be your first show of the year. However, at the minute, that could change. After that, you go to Tokyo. Anything more you could fit in?
Everything could change. Everything. We're having a lot of discussions right now, having calls every day, planning out January, February, March, April. It takes a bit of time to get everything together, but we are getting there with things. Obviously, we need to announce very soon. I think next week you're going to see a few of our first announcements. Some of the things you said are all in the plans, but could they move a little bit here or there? Possibly. So that's what we're working through now. And like I say, news soon.
What is the situation with Tokyo?
It's in Japan.
Jesus, Frank.
It's a lovely place. No, we had a call 2 hours ago with our partners in Tokyo, and we're working obviously on this prize fighter concept and looking like a prize fighter tournament over 3 events over sort of 10 months. That's what we're working towards now, and yeah, everything's moving forward.
Any names who could feature? I've heard a few, but I don't want to say them because I'm a respectful geezer.
Very respectful geezer. No, actually got a meeting after this. We've got about 16 names. Obviously, prize fighter consists of 8 fighters. So we're just working through that list now, and should have news. Like I say, that needs to move very quickly. Looking at Jan 20th is a potential date for that show. So it's not far away. Could move into February, but we're just finalising it now.
Frank Smith, final message to the people, just in general, and ahead of tomorrow night.
Final message to the people, just in general, and for tomorrow night. Let's mix it up all in one, so I don't have to do 2 final messages. Is that all right? Or you wanted 2 separate messages? Tomorrow night, ahead of tomorrow night, don't miss it. Live on DAZN. Tune in. I'm staring at you, but this is to the people. Do you want me to
point and be animated?
I'm not that man.
That's my thumbnail. That's fine. I just needed a thumbnail.
Do you want me to just
look angry with your mouth open like you're talking?
like that? Yeah.
Brilliant. Thanks, Frank.
That's what you wanted.
Yeah.
But I'm like the junior performing seal over here, the slightly tubbier one. I forgot where we were going with it because you always seem to send it like on a grapevine, off a grapevine, through the grapevine.
I enjoy it though.
I mean, it is quite. It keeps you sort of like you're sort of thinking, what's going on here? What's the kid talking about here? But anyway, Parsons, don't miss it. Tomorrow night, live on DAZN, the rematch. Chantelle, Cameron, Katie Taylor, undisputed. It's going to be a massive night. Don't miss it. I'll be there. Parsons will be there. There'll be some other people there as well, actually. Watch out. Some good friends. See you later.
Thanks, Frank.